This week in our history, the Freedmen's Bureau was established by the federal government to aid newly freed slaves in 1865. March the 4th. Garrett Morgan, the inventor of the traffic light, was born in 1877. March the 5th. The Boston Massacre occurred in 1770. March the 6th. The Supreme Court issued the Dred Scott decision in 1857. March the 7th. The first Selma March was stopped by Alabama state troopers in 1965. March the 8th. The U.S. Senate denies Alabama Senator-elect PBS Pinchback his seat in 1876. And on March the 9th, Clifton R. Wharton Sr. was sworn in as the ambassador of Norway in 1961. Now, I have been so excited about this video series, and I'm going to continue this series for the rest of the year. So as you know, when I do this series, I always encourage you to stay tuned for part 2. And we're going to look at a couple of topics a little deeper. Be sure to follow your girl on Instagram under Rich Roots. I communicate there very often. I post there very often. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel and make sure you click that notification bell so that I will come up in your YouTube feed when I post a new history video. On to part 2, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about some young people who are making history today. First, a big shout out goes to everyone over at the Crayon Case and Super at the head of that headquarters. You did your thing this recently, a couple of weeks ago, when you had like a tax season sale, and I think you almost sold out of everything because I tried to pick up a few items and the girls took everything, okay? Let me tell you something. I'm just getting into this Crayon Case. And I'm so used to when a company say they're going to have a sale, I try to make myself stay up till midnight so I can catch it. But Super said, no. Okay? Super said, NO here, 504 here. You gotta wait till Central Time the next day because we're not fooling with y'all in the middle of the night, okay? So I call myself Retty, okay? Retty gets up the next day. I have my cart full of stuff I want to get. It actually came up to like $170 worth of stuff. But she was offering 40% off, so I knew that I would get that chopped down to $60 to $80. I was like, ready. Honey, that was 11:30, okay? I didn't get on at exactly 12, okay? I got on about 12:15, okay? And my shopping cart went from $177 to $30, okay? Everybody needed some Crayon Case, okay? I guess. Y'all just getting it too, huh? I thought I was late coming to the party. Anyway, shout out to Super and her team over at the Crayon Case. I got gooped again, okay? I didn't get everything I wanted. I really wanted that big set of glitters, okay? That's normally $75. I could have got it for $35. Let's just move on, okay? Because I'm in my feelings. Also, a big shout out goes out to a new black beauty supply store in Nashville, Tennessee, who opened up and bought in 50K in 3 hours. So, they try to run a super deal too, I guess, because they bought in 50K in the first 3 hours. So shout out to that beauty supply store in Nashville, Tennessee. It's actually on 816 Madison Square in Nashville, Tennessee. Also, we're going over here back onto the East Coast, and I want to give a big shout out to Kyla Willis. Now, Kyla is a Georgia teenager who got accepted into 31 colleges. Now, once I was doing some reading up on her, it was kind of refreshing for me to learn that she actually has an average SAT score, but she was able to amass over $900,000 worth of scholarships for her to go to school. So a big shout out to Kyla. She is so inspiring to anyone who wants to go back to college. And again, she got accepted to 31 colleges. Georgia born and raised. Shout out to Kyla Willis. Now to our big story that I've always been a little interested in knowing about, and that was a story that I mentioned here a couple of weeks ago, and it relates to the Quakers and their part in the slavery, or their part in abolishing the slavery movement. It actually happened quite early. So I just Googled some information off of Wikipedia. Yes, I'm looking at Wikipedia because I just need a little quick something. Y'all do the rest of the research, okay? So the Quakers in the abolition movement. The Religious Society of Friends, they're called Quakers, played a major role in the abolition movement against slavery in both the United Kingdom and the United States of America. Quakers are among the first white people to denounce slavery in the American colonies and in Europe. So a little bit about the beginnings. Quaker colonists began questioning slavery in Barbados in the 1670s, but first they openly denounced slavery in 1688. In that year, 4 German settlers, the Lutheran Francis Daniel Postrus, and 3 Quakers, issued a protest from Germantown, close to Philadelphia, in the newly founded American colony of Pennsylvania. This action, although seemingly overlooked at the time, ushered in almost a century of active debate amongst Pennsylvanian Quakers about the morality of slavery, which saw energetic anti-slavery writings and direct action from several Quakers, including William Southey, John Hepburn, Ralph Sanford, and Benjamin Lay. During the 1700s, the 40s and the 50s of the 1700s, anti-slavery sentiment took a firmer hold. A new generation of Quakers, including John Woolman and Anthony Betts, protested against slavery and demanded that Quaker society cut ties with the slave trade. They were able to carry a popular Quaker sentiment with them, and in the 1750s, Pennsylvania Quakers tightened their rules by 1758, making it effectively an act of misconduct to engage in slave trading. The London Yearly Meeting soon followed, issuing a strong minute against slave trading in 1761. On paper, at least, global politics would intervene. The American Revolution would divide Quakers across the Atlantic. So I was interested in finding out the role that the Quakers played in slavery. We had a lot of topics we went through this week. If you find some things interesting, go deeper to get a better understanding or a clearer understanding of our history. You will begin to find out that any question you have today can almost be traced back, and you will find those answers in history. This is your girl Renee. I'm not a history major. I'm not a teacher. I'm not anything like that. I just enjoy discovering and learning new information. Thank you so much for watching my video, Riches. Continue to live a rich life full of love, health, and happiness. See you on the next video. Peace.